Siro, was born on May 25, 1964, as the seventh child to the late Mzee Paul Siro Bugaka and the late Mama Priscilla Nyantero. He was blessed with 3 children, Amanda, Sophie, and Stacy. Fred also has 3 grandchildren. Fred was a brother to Helen, the late James, Ratemo, Samuel, Meshach, late Charles, late Ezron, Janet, late Tom, Onsongo, Agnes, Tumbo, Margaret, Jane, Menencia, George, Alice, Josephine, and Joseph. Fred has many cousins, nephews, nieces, uncles, and aunts in the US and Kenya. Fred attended Homa Bay Primary School and Kisii High School before relocating to the US in 1987, Minneapolis. He started working as a healthcare worker before becoming self-employed as an automobile mechanic. He moved to North Carolina where he continued with his mechanic job. Fred was diagnosed with cancer in 2020 after complaining of an on and off toothache. Although the doctors had given him 6 months lease of life after his diagnosis, his strong will enabled him to live for almost 3 more years. The last years of Fred's life were quite challenging, even though his death deteriorated rapidly. He had unwavering hope and a resilient spirit to overcome the odds of his insidious disease. Even in his last days, he said, "I will be well soon." Fred was a great man with a big heart who loved and cherished everyone. He will be missed for the bright and stunning smile that would light up an entire room, his solutions for every problem asked of him, and his words of encouragement. He believed there was no challenge to which one could not find an answer. Fred was kind and generous and would give all he had to be left with nothing. He made an impact on many lives. He will be dearly missed. Fare thee well until we meet again.
Okay, my name is Oganda Nyangena. I know Fred is my great friend. Fred, I know him from 2003. That's a long time. He's a kind man and generous, a very good man.
Fred is a friend of mine, a relative. Fred, when he heard that I arrived from Canada, that was May 5th, 2002, he called me and asked me where I was putting up the address. Fred drove from Minnesota, Minneapolis, was once working in Minneapolis. He drove almost 24 hours. With his red car, I can remember, he gave me Cavaria, and then he stayed with me. I can say since that time, Fred has lived in this place for 20 years. Fred, when he arrived here, he lived with me for a couple of days or months before he moved to his own place, North Raleigh, for those ones who know North Raleigh. There's a place next to Walmart. That's where I was living. When he started his own workshop, South Sanders, those ones who know South Sanders, he moved to South Sanders. And a friend, I can call him a socialist, he used to cook for friends, prepare their cars, at the same time, feeds them. So I can say, Fred was very good chef for those ones who went to his place. Roasting meat was first class for his friends. And then after that, maybe Fridays, he used to give the mudwanga up to Sunday, for those ones who knows that language I've used. So, I'll miss Fred. Even the car I use now is the one who put the engine when the engine ceased. And the many here I know, they knew Fred because of his skills. I don't know whether we'll get someone in like him. That is the Fred who's just lying here at this class. We'll miss him.
My name's Edward Mugaka Onyego. Fred is my cousin. I'm named after Fred's grandfather, who's called Mugaka, Siro Mugaka. Fred loved everybody. He's genuine. He was a mechanic, and if you don't have money, he will fix your car, tell you to bring the money. He was kind to everybody.
My uncle was someone who had a big heart. Despite his petite stature, his heart was much bigger than the size of his body. He loved everyone, regardless of whose home they came from. He loved all his brothers and sisters, his nieces, his nephews, his cousins, everyone. He had a passion for family. And I hope as a family we can emulate that passion and show that love to one another like he showed to all of us. My uncle, he came here when I was a few months before I turned 1 in 1986. He was about 20 years old, and I grew up with him. We would spend many a time together. We would watch TV. He would take me places, and we were just very inseparable. So when coming here today, it's very painful. It's not easy, because this is somebody who, like my parents, he was always there for me. And we had a close bond. I mean, we didn't talk every day, but we were very dear to each other. And he treated me like his daughter, and I treated him like he was another father. The last time I visited Fred was the day after Labor Day. I came here to North Carolina and I visited him, and that was the last time that I was here. My mom died in December, and he called me and we talked a few days later, and that's the last time I spoke to him verbally. I'll miss my uncle dearly. He was a genius when it came to cars, and I hope that his life has impacted you like it's impacted me. and I know he'll be dearly missed. And may he rest in peace.
Fred alikuwa beste kabisa. Tulikuwa tuna hang akiishi huko kwa governor hapo downtown 808 Wake Forest Road. Kila mtu alikuwa anakuja pale. Alikuwa yani anaweza kukushughulikia kuliko vile anajishughulikia. He used to take care of people more than he took care of himself. He was really the guy. Kwa watu wengi kama wa America wanamuita the dude.
You call him, in fact, he will come up to help you to see your car. He's a good man, trusted.
Christ shall rise, and the glory of his resurrection share. When his chosen ones shall gather to their home beyond the skies, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, when the roll.
You know, Fred has been a friend of mine. Each time I went to his house, he was never alone. He had somebody with him. And he liked cooking. And he'll always try to offer me something to eat. And I would joke and tell him, "Engineer, I don't eat meat." He said, "No, just this time alone." But we kept joking, and he called me Wamwa. When I last saw him at the hospital, he had his phone on his hand. And I asked him, "Will you like us to pray?" I was with my wife. He said, "Yes, sure. You just go ahead and pray." After we finished, he asked me, "Do you have an app for a Bible that reads, an audio Bible?" I told him, "Yes, sure. I'll load it up for you." I loaded the book of John. And when I left the hospital, when we left, he was reading and he was listening as the Bible read. And it gave me joy that he had hope in the coming of Christ. And we shared a moment, he even smiled.
The pain of his death is not something that can go away with just sincere condolences or a bunch of flowers. What makes it bearable is knowing that we are gathered here today because of the wonderful memories of generosity he had many of us. You all came here today because he was a good-hearted and generous man, a supportive brother and a missing friend. He left us a part of him that neither time nor even his death can ever take away. As a brother-in-law, I can say Fred had no enmity with anybody. He could assist you without any reservations. To all of us who knew him, he was always there for anybody in need. Yes, you machozi yako
wanted to think that sometimes life would continue for a long time, but it doesn't. Do you, my friend, today, like Fred, we enjoy laughter, enjoy eating together, talking together, enjoying together. But today, there are no more prayers we can offer to our friend Fred. We cannot bring him back to life. We cannot change the things we have done, but we can celebrate his children, grandchildren, family members, and hope that the Lord would bring all those blessings to you. We pray for you. We pray for all those connected to the family of Fred. We pray for the Siro family and others who are mourning at this time. And we pray for everyone. And that God, the God of your parents who dreamed great things for you, remind your children, those who are from Siro's family, remind your grandchildren and children that they come from a family they need to represent very well, and that God will bless them. God will bless them. And we pray that God may continue to bless each one of us. But remember, each one of you has been given a special life. Special life. Take care of that life. Surrender your life to God. As you do your great endeavors in life, surrender your life to God. Freddy's time has gone. We cannot do anything else except entrust the family into God's hands. And remember, as Fred did, I wish some of you had time to speak something, those who spoke yesterday at his house. Fred did not want to die. Fred spent time to pray. Am I right? He prayed more than I have ever prayed in my life. I think if God was to come, he would have taken Fred